can't believe I have to know you forever!
And you're fucking winning!
Are you kidding me? I wanted to be married. I'd already lost.
This is the scene that changed everything. A marriage falling apart. Two people trying and failing to understand each other. After nearly 20 years of being Hollywood's favorite sex symbol, this was the moment Scarlett Johansson finally got to be seen for her talent. Not her looks. The world had always known her face. But this was the first time it truly saw her. So how did it take 2 decades for one of the most recognizable stars in Hollywood to finally be respected as an actress? Scarlett Johansson's story is, in many ways, the story of how Hollywood treats women. She started young, appearing in The Horse Whisperer at 13, then Ghost World, Lost in Translation, and Girl with a Pearl Earring. By her early 20s, she had already proven she could hold her own in complex, mature roles. But somewhere along the way, the narrative changed. Hollywood didn't just see her talent, it saw her beauty, and decided that was all she could be. From 2004 onward, every role she got leaned into one thing: the way she looked, the husky voice, the red lips, the mysterious gaze. She became the screen's default fantasy. In Iron Man 2, she's the cool assassin in tight leather. In Lucy, the hypersexualized sci-fi hero. In Ghost in the Shell, the glossy, emotionless machine. Each role was big, loud, expensive, and each one built the same image. Scarlett Johansson, the perfect Hollywood icon. And for a while, that worked. She became one of the highest-paid actresses in the world, the face of billion-dollar franchises. But that kind of fame comes with a cost. Because once Hollywood puts you in a box, it doesn't let you out easily. Every movie she made, no matter how different, was still seen through the same lens. Scarlett Johansson? Oh, she's the sexy one. That label followed her everywhere. Even interviews turned into uncomfortable reminders that her image came first.
What would be the fashion elements Avengers Infinity War uses in the movies?
The what?
The fashion elements?
The fashion element?
Is for the
I got the fashion question?
Behind the polite smiles, there was frustration. For all the praise, for all the fame, she wasn't being seen. Then came 2019, the year everything changed. In the span of a few months, Scarlett Johansson released Jojo Rabbit and Marriage Story, 2 films that couldn't be more different, yet both revealed the depth that had been buried for years. In Jojo Rabbit, she plays Rosie, a mother in Nazi Germany trying to shield her son from the horrors of war. Warm, funny, tragic, her performance was quietly devastating. And then came Marriage Story, a film about love, resentment, and the slow disintegration of a marriage. No costumes, no explosions, no grand gestures. Just 2 people talking, fighting, breaking. Unlike the fast-paced, tightly controlled world of action movies, she said later, Marriage Story let me breathe. For the first time in her career, the camera wasn't obsessed with how she looked. It was focused on how she felt. Every pause, every tremor in her voice, every tear that almost fell. It all felt real, because it was real. That same year, she received 2 Oscar nominations, Best Actress for Marriage Story and Best Supporting Actress for Jojo Rabbit. It had been nearly 20 years since her breakout in Lost in Translation. And finally, the industry had caught up with her. It was a quiet victory, but a powerful one. There's a reason Marriage Story hit so deeply. Because it wasn't just acting, it was personal. By the time she made the film, Scarlett had gone through a painful divorce herself. She had been a wife, a mother, a public figure scrutinized at every turn. The movie wasn't about pretending. It was about revisiting something she knew all too well. It was fun getting to play around with this dialogue, she once said. It never happens that way. But beneath that light tone, you could sense how much it cost. The vulnerability, the exhaustion, the loss. She wasn't channeling a character. She was reliving pieces of her own life. That's why the performance hit harder than any blockbuster. Because it wasn't perfect. It was human. And for an actress who had spent 2 decades being treated like a flawless image, that imperfection was finally her liberation. After Marriage Story, everything changed. Critics who once dismissed her as the pretty face from Marvel began using words like raw, real, and fearless. It's ironic. After all the billion-dollar Marvel movies, it was a $10 million drama about divorce that earned her more respect than any superhero could. For the first time, audiences weren't drawn to Scarlett Johansson, the movie star. They were drawn to Scarlett Johansson, the artist. And this transformation wasn't unique to her. It's the same moment we've seen with other actors who outgrew their typecasting. When Robert Pattinson shattered his Twilight heartthrob image with Good Time. When Jonah Hill stopped being the funny fat guy and earned an Oscar nod for Moneyball. When Matthew McConaughey went from rom-coms to Dallas Buyers Club. Hollywood loves to define you, and it loves even more to be proven wrong. Scarlett's reinvention didn't come from a scandal or a viral moment. It came from choosing to risk everything familiar for something real. Because once you've been on top long enough, the only thing left to chase is meaning. Scarlett Johansson spent years being exactly what Hollywood wanted her to be. And she was great at it. Charming, confident, untouchable. But what makes her journey remarkable isn't the fame, the beauty, or the success. It's the courage to strip all of it away. To say, this is who I really am. Take it or leave it. That's what Marriage Story represents. Not just a role, a reckoning. It's easy to underestimate how hard that is. To give up control, to risk failure, to let the world see the parts of you it never was supposed to. And yet, it's precisely that risk that makes the performance unforgettable. Because the truth is, Scarlett Johansson never stopped being talented. She was just hidden behind the image Hollywood sold us. And when she finally broke free from it, the world saw the actress she had been all along. Sometimes, she once said, the hardest thing is to stop trying to be perfect. Maybe that's why this film feels so honest. Because it's not perfect either. It's messy, painful, contradictory, just like real life. And maybe that's the point. For 2 decades, Hollywood sold Scarlett Johansson as an image, the flawless icon, the Black Widow, the fantasy. But when she finally dropped the act, when she stopped being what everyone expected her to be, she became something far more powerful, herself.